Okay, we're recording in progress.
Thank you, Andrew. So again, it is week 76 of our Indigenous Global Unity Summit. I just did an introduction with events coming up that I would like to acknowledge that we have now our second part of this IGU Summit event right now, where we will be having a presentation by Patrick Nkhoma, who is coming to us from Malawi in Africa, and he is also the president of UnityNet Malawi, as well as a member of the board of UNAT, the UnityNet Africa and Diaspora organization, which is coming together. So Patrick, take it from here.
Thank you so much, Professor Lloyd, and also thank you, Ambassador Andrew, for the opportunity that I can also do the presentation through this network. And thank you everyone for joining in this time as we are about to start our presentation. Yes, so as Professor Lloyd has indicated that we actually I'm going to do the presentation about advocating for better services for people with disabilities. So this is the theme that we work with it as we are presenting this, as we're making this presentation. Yes, so welcome once again. As my name has been mentioned already, this is Patrick Nkhoma for Malawi. Actually, I run an organization called TryLife Foundation, which is an organization to do with the young people, more especially in various public schools, where we are doing sports activities with them, and also doing other social services. Yeah, so we our focus is on the project with the children are that we transform them through whole life coaching. So we focus on mental, spiritual, social, and also intellectual. Yeah, so that's the background. I'm also a representative for UnityNet Africa. I mean, yes, for Malawi at UnityNet Malawi chapter as president for the chapter, and also UnityNet Africa and Diaspora as Continental Projects Director. Yes, so thank you. We can go to the next page for the presentation. Yes, as you have seen there, I've already made my introduction as Patrick Nkhoma, and then we do this presentation about the people, our brothers and sisters who we live with in our communities, who are physically challenged in one way or the other, either mentally or physically. So we are going to do this presentation about them as one way of advocating for better services for them. But maybe I will actually, in this presentation, I will actually dwell on the children. Maybe I will go there because I want to focus on the children who are challenged. So that's where our actually will be based. So as we continue with the presentation, we go to the first introduction of the presentation. Yes, so this is where I'll start from, introduction. According to the 2018 population and housing census, there are 1.734.250 people with disabilities in Malawi. This is to say 1.7 billion 334,000 1.7 billion 34,250. people with disabilities here in Malawi, representing about 11.6% of the total population aged above 5 years. These are, we can say, these are from children to up maybe to the young people. Of the total population of persons with disabilities, 134,636 are persons with albinism. This is a survey conducted by UNFPA Malawi in 2018. But maybe the background of Malawi is that Malawi is known as the warm heart of Africa. It is a country located in the South Sub-Saharan region of the continent and bordered by the countries of Zambia, Tanzania, and Mozambique. With a population of over 19 million people, the country is known widely for its valiant efforts to overcome tremendous life impacting and societal odds, namely those with acute problems related to poverty, illness, and also economic hardships. This is according to a Ministry of Education and the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, a survey conducted in 2004. And also United Nations Department of Public Information, UNDP, conducted the same in 2007. Yeah, so we see that the population here in Malawi for the people with disability is on the higher side, especially those who are children from 5 years and above, ranging from 1.7 million. This is a number of people with disability, especially the young people. Yes. Next page. Right. Yeah, so looking at the number of the people with disabilities, especially the young people, those who are children, the Ministry of Education or the Malawi government now came up with a special needs education policy, which was adopted initially in 1994. The policy is about education for all policy. This is maybe the dawn of democracy here in Malawi in 1994 is when the policy was adopted, education for all policy. And then again, the policy for now, special education needs was adopted in 2007. And also in 2004, the National Policy of Equalization or a National Policy on Disability was also adopted here in Malawi. Now, Malawi is also having this now policy to say they are looking after the people with disabilities, more especially the students. When I'm working with the students, as I said, public schools. So when I go to maybe to go to teach the children, I mean, it's football with the children here, you find that there are a lot of people who are disabled. They are there, but maybe they're facing a number of challenges when they are getting in classes, or when they're out of classes, or when they're playing with other friends, their fellow students. They're facing a number of challenges. So this is where I just came up with this presentation to say, no, maybe we need to take some actions into the situation that our people are facing in our communities in this world. So according to the World Health Organization and the World Bank estimates that 1 billion people experience some form of disabilities or disability. Of those, it is estimated that 93 to 150 million are children. According to Plan International, these children are 10 times less likely to go to school than other children. And when they go, when they do attend school, it is actually likely to be in a segregated setting. The Global Partnership for Education estimates that 90% of children with the disabilities in low and lower middle income countries do not go to school. In 2016, the United Nations reported that less than half of the world's 6 million refugee children were in school, whilst in a report on the education of Syrian refugee children, Human Rights Watch identified that refugee children with disabilities face the particular and ongoing barriers to school enrollment. Children with disabilities have very low rates of initial enrollment. Even if they do attend school, children with disabilities are more likely to drop out and leave school early without transitioning to secondary school and beyond GCE, Equal Rights, Equal Opportunity Report. This is according to 2014. Children with disabilities are also at increased risk of school violence and bullying, preventing the safe enjoyment of their rights to education. According to UNESCO, School Violence and Bullying Global Status Report 2016. Okay, we go to the next stage now.
Sorry, it took a little bit of time there because actually when I clicked, it was a link and it took me to a web page.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, that's all right. Yes. So yeah, as indicated in the previous, there are figures there. There are also facts. Sorry. Yes, these facts and figures reflect the impact of the significant ongoing barriers to education faced by many people with disabilities, which include lack of accessibility, both in terms of physically inaccessible school buildings and unsuitable learning materials, and also discrimination and prejudice, which prevents people with disabilities from accessing education on equal terms to others, and also exclusion or segregation from mainstream school settings, also referred to as regular schools, inferior quality of education, including in mainstream settings where children with disabilities have been integrated into the existing non-inclusive system. Human rights law seeks to directly tackle these issues by placing obligations on states to reflect, protect, and fulfill the right to education of people with disabilities through the implementation of inclusive education. So as I mentioned earlier on that there are a number of especially that there are about 150 million people with disability. These are children, up to 150 million children with disabilities. And also there are barriers to education, and also unsuitable buildings, and also limited understanding amongst the school staff or school staffs. And also 10 times, children with these disabilities are 10 times less likely to go to school than children with the disabilities. Children with disabilities are 10 times less likely to go to school than children without disabilities. So here we also see community prejudice and gender discrimination. So we see that girls with the disabilities are considered a burden on the family and non-productive members of society. Yeah, so here, according to Plan International, they say, and we say together, let's ensure that every child completes a quality, inclusive education without discrimination and or exclusion. Okay, we go to the next page. Yeah, so here we continue with the stigma and discrimination against persons with disabilities. Now, stigma plays a role and contributes to stigma and discrimination, contributes to actual lives. Sorry, my phone was messed up somewhere. Okay. So stigma and discrimination leaves people feel lonely. Although the government and the stakeholders are doing a good job in ensuring that all people enjoy their rights, the socio-economic needs of persons with disabilities are still vast. Persons with disabilities contribute a significant number in the population, but are still facing challenges to access basic services. For instance, lack of wheelchairs. This contributes to challenges to mobility. Reluctance to seek help or treatment, and less likely to stay with treatment. Social isolation, lack of understanding by family, friends, co-workers, or others. Fewer opportunities for work, school or social activities, or trouble finding housing. Bullying, physical violence, or harassment. The belief that you will never succeed at certain challenges, or that you can't improve your situation. So these are some of the challenges that our people, our brothers and sisters are facing when they are disabled. I will take this example because I have my mommy. My mother is blind, so each time she wants to get out of the house, we have to hold her hands so that we escort her maybe to where she can actually or to answer nature or to get any other assistance. So we know when there's no one around to hold his hand, her hands, there's a challenge. There's a big challenge she doesn't walk, she just stay on one place, so that maybe if he tries to, if he tries to walk away, maybe they will hit something else, and then maybe get hit or something else. So even if you hold their hands to go to the to the church or at the marketplace, you'll find that people are starting murmuring about the situation of the blind person now. Oh, she's blind, she's look at her. So yeah, these are some kinds of some discrimination or stigma that our people are actually are facing when they are in that situation. So here we see that when a disabled man, a disabled person is lacking wheelchairs, so he or she lacks actually she doesn't, he can't move. She just stands at one place. That's another challenge. And also bullying is another thing people would actually talk about or maybe discuss at her back against him or her. Or something else can also there's social isolation. It's not easy to interact with the person who is disabled. Sometimes we part ways with them. We don't actually want to come close to them. So this is a challenge in our families. You find that there's a gap. We don't understand each other. There are quarrels now and again because maybe you don't get each other. You don't understand to each other. So those are some of the things that we see with our people or our brothers with disabilities. It's not even easy to get to work, to get employed. It's not easy. It's not easy to associate with the other friends. They are alone. They feel lonely whenever they are in that situation. So yes, let's go to the next slide. Yes. So as I am about to conclude this presentation, I want us to take action. The action would be to make a pledge to say, I am a person to bring change to mind. This is the pledge that I am going to make. I am a person to bring change to mind, and also I am to stamp out stigma. I, as Patrick Nkhoma, I am going to stamp out stigma. And also, I, Patrick Nkhoma, I will bring change to mind. So these are the commitments or the pledges that actually I'll make with people with disabilities, wherever they may be. I am here to do something about them. Yes. So again, according to Socialist Health Association, there's so need to educate yourself or educate ourselves. So here, educate yourself. One of the most important things anyone can do when it comes to battling disability stigma is to simply take the time to find out more about mental and physical health problems. Education is the first step to solving problems in every aspect of our lives. So why not find out more about disabilities so that you can separate facts from stereotypes and myths? And also be supportive. Treating people with dignity and respect is so important when it comes to reducing the stigma of disabilities. Consider the way that you would want to be treated if you were in their shoes. If you have any co-workers, friends, or family members who have mental or physical disabilities. Always try to find out to find ways to reach out and help them in whatever way possible. And also be inclusive. It is illegal in many countries to discriminate against those who have mental health problems, which means that it is illegal to not offer someone a job, health care, or housing based on their disabilities. This ideology can be carried forward into your everyday life. Make sure that you are always being as inclusive as possible when it comes to dealing with all individuals, whether they are different to you or not. And finally, be careful with your words. The way that we speak and the language we use can have a significant impact of reducing the stigmas associated with disability. We tend to use derogatory language without thinking about it. And this can not only be hateful when directed at someone, but can also slow progress when it comes to challenging the stereotypes that have been established by other people. So this is the presentation that actually I would do. I would actually be happy if I presented it today. So today I've made it to present this presentation about advocating for better services for people with disabilities. I've just focused on the people, more especially the students, more especially the young people, but I know there are a number of people who are disabled, children, young children, or young men, or men, old and also and young. All these are people that are surrounding us. We are living with them in our communities, in our houses. They need our support. They need us to actually to give them what they want, and also they need our hands so that we can live an inclusive life with them. So those are the two pledges that I've made, that I will bring change to mind, and also I also stamp out stigma to people with disabilities. Yes, thank you. You've been with me, Patrick Nkhoma, for UnityNet African Diaspora, and for UnityNet Malawi, and also for TryLife Foundation. Thank you. That's the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Lloyd, please hold it there for a few moments so that any of our people viewing can have a chance to contact Patrick if they choose. I'm going to share our original page now, and then I'm going to end the recording and begin again. Just a moment, please.
So thank you very much, Patrick. That